You don't lose strength overnight. You lose it in fragments, small cracks, silent shifts, subtle divisions, until one day you look around and realize nothing feels united anymore. Not your communities, not your voices, not even your direction. And the most dangerous part? You've started to accept it. Division has become normal, expected, even justified. But what if I told you this isn't just a social issue, it's a spiritual collapse, because long before the consequences showed up, the warning was already given, and it was clear. You are not meant to be divided. Yet here you are, arguing over differences, attacking over opinions, splitting over details, while everything around you continues to weaken. And you don't even notice the cost, because division doesn't feel like destruction at first. It feels like being right. It feels like defending truth, standing your ground, protecting your identity. But slowly, it turns into ego, and ego destroys unity. Look at how easily it happens. A disagreement turns into distance. Distance turns into resentment. Resentment turns into separation. And suddenly, you're no longer building together. You're breaking apart. Not because you had to, but because you chose to. And that choice is costing more than you think. Because unity is not just about being together. It's about strength, clarity, direction. When hearts are aligned, progress happens. When they're divided, everything slows down. You become reactive, confused, weak. And that's exactly where things are today. Not lacking numbers, not lacking resources, lacking alignment. Because everyone is pulling in a different direction. Everyone is convinced they're right, and no one is willing to step back and ask a harder question. What is this doing to us? Because being right is meaningless if it leads to breaking what was meant to be united. And here's the deeper issue. You've started to prioritize differences over what you share. You focus on what separates you instead of what connects you. And the more you do that, the easier it becomes to distance yourself from others, to label, to judge, to dismiss, until unity feels impossible. But it's not impossible. It's just uncomfortable. Because unity requires something most people avoid: humility. It requires you to admit you don't know everything, to accept you can be wrong, to choose understanding over winning. And that's hard, because the ego resists it. It wants validation. It wants control. It wants to be right, even if it means losing everything else. And that's exactly what's happening. You're winning arguments, but losing connection. Winning debates, but losing strength. Winning points, but losing purpose. And slowly, that weakens everything. But here's the reality most people ignore. Division doesn't just affect communities. It affects you. It shapes how you think, how you act, how you treat others. It turns small issues into major conflicts. It replaces compassion with criticism. And over time, it changes your character without you even noticing. So the question is, where are you contributing to it? Not them, you. Where are you choosing argument over understanding? Where are you holding on to pride instead of letting go? Where are you creating distance instead of building connection? Because unity doesn't start globally. It starts personally, with your mindset, your choices, your behavior. And the moment you shift that, everything around you starts to change. Maybe not instantly, maybe not dramatically, but consistently. And that's how real change happens. Not through noise, through action. Because unity is not built on words. It's built on behavior, on respect, on patience, on shared purpose. And yes, you will still disagree. That's normal. But disagreement doesn't have to mean division. Only ego turns it into that. So the next time you feel the urge to argue, to attack, to prove your point, pause. Ask yourself, is this building or breaking? Because every interaction is either strengthening unity or weakening it. And those choices add up. So choose carefully, because what you're part of creating today is shaping the future you'll live in tomorrow. If this made you reflect, subscribe, because the next video might challenge you even more.